Everybody, it's Invicta. It is time for some wacky Wednesday goodness here on the channel. Today, we're going to be rerunning last Wednesday's episode, the new worst run of the year so far, except this time around, we are not going to be taking Chaos just to definitively prove which run was going to actually be better. And I think we already know the answer to this, but I just want to see how much better the Chaosless run is. So before we get going on that, here is your Mosh Pet of the day, submitted here by Hollowcaster. Title thread was My Kitten Helping Sinvicta Beat Hushy. You know what? I felt the kitten's energy there. Without the kitten's help, I would not have been able to beat old Hushy. I don't even know what run that was, but thank you, kitten. I appreciate that. Thank you, Hollowcaster, for sharing that very cute image here. All right. So how this is going to work, we're going to go to the seed from last Wednesday's run, and we're going to stay on the YouTube save file, obviously. And it was Victor Kilo 818 Juliet 67. And obviously, we got to play as Eden, and that's exactly what we going to be doing. So I know that this is a little bit of an oddity, because obviously we're not doing a regular run here. It's kind of a regular run, but it's kind of not. So there's your seed today. And I'm going to be honest, this was something that I was planning on maybe doing a test run for paid membership content, like exclusive content here on YouTube. But so many people wanted to see this run as a rerun, and this also kind of ties into the like streak goal as well for this next upcoming period. That I was like, nah, I'm not gonna paywall something like that, because I don't want to paywall in general, but I do want to give back to people who go the extra mile to support me financially through YouTube memberships and that sort of thing. And this is the kind of stuff that I would consider doing, where it's like, hey, did you want to see the Chaosless run? Well, then you got to go be a subscriber here on YouTube and the paid subscriptions. That is something that I am interested in doing, but I'm not going to keep like really big videos or anything like that beyond the paid membership wall or anything like that. I'm just looking for ways to give back, and also, of course, to play more Isaac. It's just good. One of the downsides of Isaac as a content creator, obviously, is that because the runs tend to be so long, since I don't do any editing of any kind, it's a discussion we've had before in the years past, where it would be nice to like just spam Isaac videos all day, but people can only divide a certain amount of time and effort of their day for my content. And if I start doing 2-3 videos a day like that, then it starts getting a little much for people to keep up with. So incentivizing those of you who do want to see more Isaac content and have a little bit more exclusive rewards for extra content, something like that is what I'm considering doing for the paid YouTube membership. This is only going to be exclusive to the YouTube members here. Trying to bolster the numbers a little bit and get more emotes unlocked for live chats and all that kind of good stuff. Plus, again, it just gives me more excuse to record Isaac videos and just give more of what people enjoy. So with all that being said, diving into this run here is going to be very interesting. There were a couple people last week who did actually play the seed without having Chaos, and they were telling me that it was actually a pretty darn good run. So that has my hopes up. Now, if you recall, this kind of triggered the discussion of whether or not Chaos is always good, sometimes good, never good. I have been on the Chaos's usually never a good thing bandwagon. And that's mainly due to the fact because of this very reason. You take Chaos, it absolutely destroys your capability of getting targeted Devil Deal drops, which are desperately needed for the offensive upgrades here. I was being distracted by our tarot card. I thought that we had gotten a death card at one point, not a magician card. I could be wrong about that. It's been almost a week since I recorded this, so I don't remember most of what happened on that run. I just remember it being absolutely god awful, and it was all Chaos's fault. Like, I don't want to point too many fingers here, Chaos, but it was pretty much your fault. Let me look at try and get to the secret room. I don't remember where it is. Crawl space. Did I go into a crawl space last week? Get some moolah here. Obviously, Sad Onion is going to be great for us. We'll get an extra red heart, a couple of bombs. We have a sack room shuffle play here. So with all that being said, thank you all very much for all the support. For those of you who have been longtime YouTube members here, the paid memberships here on YouTube, and it helps out a lot. You know, just trying to bolster some sub numbers and just give more back to the people who go out of their way and spend their hard-earned time and money for supporting a nerd like me, which is my favorite Disney song, by the way. It's gonna be Famine. Obviously, if we had taken Chaos, which we didn't, but Chaos does not affect Famine or any of the Horseman drops, which would be nice. That would be definitely in favor of Chaos. To be honest, I don't even remember getting Dead Tooth last time either. A little bit of a divergence here, and I have a feeling we're going to be seeing that word come up a lot on this run. As a quick reminder, don't forget to check the link down below to go nominate for your worst run of the Repentance era of all time. I think I vaguely remember going back and forth here with the trying to get the Soul Heart before we go to the boss. This is a huge first floor, by the way. Before we go to the next floor, I mean. Because, again, obviously we do not want to risk losing the Soul Heart before getting to the next floor, especially since we're taking so much of an emphasis now on getting these Devil Deals, not taking Chaos. And I'm going to leave that sack there. We probably could bomb the Keeper for a nickel, but I'm not going to. And we shall see where we end up on this run. So I'm not going to have the other video up on the monitors playing at once because, again, I don't want to metagame this, and I genuinely am curious to see what the difference is going to be. Now we go into last week's question of the episode. This one coming in from Vuka74. Thank you, Vuka, again. Title of the question was question of the episode: do you think they should add some more special rooms like to greedier mode, like arcades, dice rooms, planetariums, libraries, etc., even extra secret rooms or adjacent to the next floor portal, so they're unlocked right after the boss fight? I think that it would be cool to be able to add some variant rooms like a planetarium or library, just give you like a choice. But it should be on a, let's say, like, hypothetically speaking, let us just imagine that there's a mechanic in the game that has like a door carousel, right? And the lock of the door is going to change based on what type of room you're going into. So that carousel could flip very, very slowly, but give you an option of picking up a library or a planetarium or a secret room, something like that. So you would have the guaranteed item room, you would have the free item room, and then you would also have a revolving door, which will open after you clear the boss, in that final room before you transition down to the next stage. I think something like that would be very cool. I don't know if adding something like a dice room or anything like that would necessarily be all that beneficial. The only way that I could see that helping is if you had a really crappy run that you needed to re-roll, which in that case, you're probably not going to have a whole lot of items anyway. So really the only one that could be potentially useful there would be a 3-room or a 2-room that re-rolls all the pennies on the floor or inside of the room itself, so you can get extra consumables. But even then, I don't think that's interesting enough. I think it's more interesting for you to have a way to choose a special room given to you by the game, maybe even like a sack room shuffle or something like that. Now, another mechanic, while we're talking about greed, because this has been coming up the last couple of videos now, is I would like to see, on top of the guaranteed reroll room, which I was talking about earlier this week, on top of that, I would love to see a switch that you could flip on any given, it has to be at the beginning of any given greed run, and have that switch determine whether or not you get devil deals or angel deals for the rest of the run. I think that opens up some very, very interesting mechanics. I think that it makes the prospect of taking angel deals a lot more lucrative, and it makes you really think about the strategy involved behind your run. So, and you can obviously determine it after the first boss. Or the first item room. So you know exactly what kind of run you can expect, or you just flip it on blindly. Something to that effect would be very cool. Obviously, it's not going to be realistic because that would never happen, but so we know the secret room is not here because it's being encased by rocks. I'm going to check this one over here. And there's the I agree. We can get to the curse room for free. I don't remember if we did that last week or not. The flies over here. We're going to hold on to Pandora's box as well. Pandora's box is going to give us 2 bombs and 2 keys on this floor, or we can wait for a boss item on the next floor, or on Caves 2, we can get a boss item and 2 soul hearts, which is pretty valuable. I'm not going to wait till the womb, though. We probably will get, I hope anyway, we're going to get some kind of better spacebar item. So this is going to be the first major divergence from last week, because obviously we don't have Chaos, and we know we're going to get a double deal item here, unless we somehow lose 3.5 soul hearts to Old Dookie, and I don't think it's going to happen. Old Dookie. Old Dookie's old daddy. Old daddy. Thank you. There's a sack room here that we could play. We don't have enough HP, though. Oh, that's a lot of HP there. A backstabber and a theme, yeah. Yeah. This is already better. In every way, shape, and form, better than last week. There's the XL. Oh yeah, that's right. We get back-to-back XLs, don't we? Well, that's going to be significantly less painful with us having Backstabber and Athame. So does this only counts as as one boss item. Even though it's an XL floor, it does not matter. Gosh, there's a guppy item on this seed. Even though we are in the caves and it counts as 2 floors, we are still technically on floor 3. That is what determines the payout of Pandora's box. Who knew that there was a freaking guppy item, man? Yeah, we can do this. We're rich like that. We got 2 keys. That's plenty rich. We are key rich. Backstabber with this tears rate, even at only 3.1, is just going to do some work. But this will be a pretty good testament to why I always tell people to always exercise caution with Chaos. And if you ever needed to convince somebody that Chaos was not worth the risk, you could probably, at the end of this run, you could probably point to this video. Just share it with them and just say, hey, if you ever wanted to see why Chaos is bad, watch this video. It is a direct not side by side, but it's a direct comparison to one run and then the same run without Chaos. And we'll see exactly how much stronger this run truly is. Yeah, that's just gorgeous right there. You even have a positive luck rating, even though it's it's not just a 1, excuse me. We're not quite at 1 point of luck. It's probably not the secret room, but oh, it is. Well, I've got to bomb this. If I recall correctly, we did not get a devil deal on this floor, and I think that is actually seeded. So unless we get Goathead or a Joker card or something, we are guaranteed to not get a devil deal here, because that is seeded. A Gimpy, wow. Gimpy would have been nice, especially with the sack room shuffle now. So the sack room, knowing that I'm doing a little bit of metagaming here, but knowing that we did not get a devil deal on this floor, and the fact that they are seeded, that brings a whole different dynamic to how important this sack room is. Now we could force a devil deal or an angel deal here. Actually no, it would be a devil deal. We don't have an angel deal precedent. We have a devil deal precedent. Every death can just trigger all the Athames, and that's exactly what we're looking for. 2 of Hearts. I mean, 2 of Hearts is something. At least it gives us one more tap on the Sacrum Shuffle. Ideally, we would get another HP upgrade from one of the bosses coming up, and then that way we would gain 2 hearts instead of 1. And between that and all the red hearts we're seeing on the ground, we absolutely should be able to get a full Sacrum Shuffle on this floor. Being increasingly difficult to say. Compost is bad. Devil card, devil card, devil card. I don't remember who the second boss was. It's like playing a whole new run. I do remember the Stain fight taking painfully large amounts of time and also large amounts of HP from us. I also feel like we did have Gimpy. Did we not have Gimpy on that last run? Something really saved our keisters at the end of that run. This is significantly faster here with Backstabber, obviously. And we get growth hormones, or Roid Rage, which is fantastic. Let's see if we can get an HP upgrade here. Fistula. This is one Athame, and this whole thing goes. It's ready to pop. There it is. Almost got all of them. Nice little poison shot there from Dead Tooth. Almost got me. And we get Consolation Prize, which is going to give us a damage up. I mean, I don't remember what we got, but yeah, buddy. So we did not get an HP upgrade, and that's fine. The next floor for Pandora's Box is going to give us the 20 cents, I think. So knowing that we have a another XL floor coming up, we should use Pandora's Box now. That is metagaming quite a bit, but look, after that hell that we went through last week, I'm going to justify this one. So let's see if we can get an HP upgrade here from Pandora's Box. We're ready to pop it. Okay, another heart. Excuse me, another heart's good. Remember them sliding all over the place in this room as well. Good kill by Obsessed Fan. Hey. Okie dokie. So let's get an HP upgrade from Pandora's Box. Now that we're done with the entire floor, basically. And I'm just gonna pop it inside of the sack room here. Now, obviously, there's a big risk here. Because potentially speaking, we don't have. If we take the fact that this is a seeded run and just throw it out the window, we look at our stats. We say, okay, we're on an XL floor. We've got to get some upgrades soon, otherwise we're in trouble. Do we potentially have enough damage to do this, to where we are not going to be able to are we going to be able to adequately defend ourselves with such low stats going into the next floor? So this is quite the risk here, but with how many red hearts we have on the ground, I mean, we got to kind of go for it. So this is a big risk here. Get movement speed, which is fine by me. Might as well use the 2 of hearts now. And BM kind of waiting on you here, brother. This is going to give us a soul heart. I don't want to take it yet, though. Reason being is because obviously I do not want to lose that soul heart. We want that soul heart for the next floor. Getting redemption is nice. So this is troll bombs. We're just gonna have to stay away. Go back and pick up some more hearts. Very cautious around fires and all kinds of spikes and everything. So either way, this is definitely a win here for playing the Sack Room Shuffle. Obviously, we did not do this last week. I'm hoping that we get the 7 soul hearts just to put my mind at ease. Just nope on out of there, because obviously I can sit there and fight Uriel, especially when I'm trying to just dodge an item pedestal of all things. And then we can come back and get the rest of the hearts here. We're not going to walk over any more spikes or see any fires or anything like that, so I'm not worried about going to a half heart or half of this floor. We do get the soul hearts, so yeah, I mean that's just great. That is phenomenal. We've got good amount of money. We have decent items here. Backstabber and Athame are just going to carry us. I'm really disappointed that Gimpy didn't pay out with anything there. But we move on and get ready for the next XL floor. Another XL floor? Come on, game. That's my impression, my bad impression of Sinvicta. Wow, that was a very extended neck there, sir. Okay, so point of order here. We want to get a devil deal, and we want to skip it. Unless if it's obviously a very good devil deal, then obviously we don't want to skip it. But getting damage here is going to be key. I don't know if we see any of the tiers rate upgrades for the rest of this run, because obviously we have no clue what this run had stored for us here. I almost want to say we took pills last week, and maybe one of them was a Tears Up pill, but I'm not overly sure about that. And I'm pretty sure that we took those pills out of desperation. I remember that troll bomb. We don't need a bomb here, but I'm going to anyway, just for the nickel. For 2 cents. It feels like the way to the boss. And that would be gas. Dad's Kizzle. If anything, we can use it for challenge rooms, and we can use it for shops. I think that same Dingle tried to do that move on us last week. I'm pretty sure I got hit by it. But we know that this run is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And we simply just have to outplay the garbage run that was. But this is not a good run, but it is certainly not a garbage run. Nowhere near garbage status with the items that we have. I mean, we are in not great shape, but we're not in terrible shape either. We're certainly it is in a workable state, is the way that I will describe this right now. So we'll see if we can outdo the Jasonator dunk rating of, I believe it was 1 last week. The sun. Probably popped that a little bit too early. Oh, Pin just nuked his brethren here. By God. By God. Definitely want to go in the curse room. We cannot afford to really lose any opportunity to get an item here. Thankful that we have 1.61 movement speed. It's keeping us safe, allowing us to dodge, allowing us to preserve our HP. Get Vanishing Twin. Wow, we just got Gimpy. Gimpy paid out, and then we got another random hybrid heart there. But Vanishing Twin. The Vanishing Twin is interesting because that's going to give us an extra boss item on this floor and in the next floor. It's not going to give us an extra chance for a Polaroid or a negative, but it will give us whatever the first boss is, and I'm pretty sure it was Chad, wasn't it? So it is possible that Chad will not only give us little C Dizzle, but possibly actually give us a useful item. C Dizzle's fine. We're looking for stats here. Yeah. I mean, this gives us Beelzebub. You know what? I'm going to take it. EBF can do some damage. We just have to be very careful of her. Oh, God. Yellow Chub just got the smack down laid on her. EBF doing some work here. We get the Soul of Azazel. Nice. I'm not going to take the Fool card because the Soul of Azazel we're definitely going to use against Mom. Soul Heart too. Man, oh man. Lencucado. I mean, yeah. For you. World card. Ooh. Okay, I'm sorry, Soul of Azazel. I deeply apologize. But I want full mapping for every floor, please. Thank you. Almost full mapping. Enough mapping to where I'm happy. Death card. Now, because inevitably seeded runs, this is always going to come up. But I want to let everybody know. Well, first, was there... Oh, wait, no, it's a seeded run. We can't do donations. There are definite possibilities that even if you have a Dead God save file, and you're playing the same seed and the same character, you may still see some item divergence. I don't know why this happens. This is something that we tested on stream, and we've seen people use the same seeds and get slightly different runs. They've gotten somewhat different room layouts, which led to extra items or different items appearing in different orders. So just be aware that if you decide to replay this seed or any of the seeds that you see me play on YouTube, just be aware that it is possible that they can be slightly different. They can vary very, very slightly. EF doing work up there against Reap Creep. Trying to save our skulls. I don't know what happened to that bomb. Look at BBF go. Look at that. The Thame finally kicking in. I don't know how he managed to DPS these two knuckleheads down at the same time, but they're still... There we go. Get booster pack. Maybe it wasn't C Dizzle, but we get booster pack, which is kind of whatever. We do have blank cards, so it could be useful. World card. World card is going to give us a way to go to the next floor. Do a spades. Yeah. No, I still want full mapping. I will use the reverse world card just to give us a crawl space. But I want mapping, and I also want to go back and get a full charge, or at least half a full charge. If you're wondering why the charge on blank card went to astronomical levels, it's because we had the audacity to use a card to play with it. So I know it's ridiculous, right? Us using a card with an item that synergizes with other cards. Black market in here. Okay. Something just died, but I'm not sure what. What does the Tarot Cloth and World card do? I don't know. Let's find out. I have a Judgment here. Mapping. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Judgment gives us 2 judgments, and one of them is a demon, one of them is a bomb beggar. Gimpy. Old bandage. Oh wait, no, we don't have old bandage. We get growth hormone. I kind of spoke that one into existence. Man, oh man. Now we're cooking. We're only 1 away from spun. We still have 3.1 tiers, but our damage is starting to get up there. It's not good for where we are. Let me just be clear on that. But it is certainly, it is universes better than where we were last week. I don't remember how long it took us to get to Mom last week, but it was not within 30 minutes, I can tell you that. It'd be really going ham here for us. Where the strength of a Thame really comes out. And bosses that spawn ads. Get the Charm Flies from Beelzebub. That's going to help us out as well. There you go. Now goes Mom. We took the Polaroid last week, so we're going to take it this week. And our Devil Deal is not great. But with us having the Polaroid here, I am going to play the Demon Judgment. Purple Heart doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, missing page number 2 is whatever. But we still get the redemption bonus on the next floor, and that's huge. There we go. Up to 7 damage now. Look at us. Yeah. See, why not? Remember, we have Vanishing Twin, so we're going to get 1 more boss item to drop after this. But this on Curse the Unknown is a little bit scary. I actually don't mind Isaac's Fork here. Yeah, there goes the Bone Heart. No more after this. Potato Peeler. We're not going to need the doorstop because we have the world card. We're just waiting for the cooldown to come back up. Oh god, I remember this run. Or this room. I remember trying to keep up with these freaking guts, dude. I remember they were outrunning our shots. Because at this point, if I recall correctly, at this point we had Eve's Mascara. Thank you, BBF. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind getting Eve's Mascara on this floor at this point. Hermit card, which we don't care about. There we go. Now we can see everything. Having mapping is going to keep us even safer. We got to stop taking bad damage here. And also stop getting hit by PBF. So we can get into the curse room for half price. But with it being Curse of the Unknown, we're not going to see another Guppy item, I imagine. And I'd rather wait, because remember, we also are going to be fighting 2 bosses here. Now, am I incorrect in remembering that it was Matriarch? I feel like it was. But I've also already been wrong about a lot in this run, so I could be misremembering. They're all blending together. You do over like 6, 7, 8,000 episodes of this game. You forget a lot of the details sometimes from one run to the next. The secret might be here. Huh? Yeah, I was right. It is Matriarch, so we're going to have to be very careful here. Need some help from Athame. There we go. There we go. The Tears upgrade and a movement speed upgrade, which actually I'm not going to take because our movement speed's pretty high. We just pass again. I'll take the damage. Double Matriarch is definitely terrifying. Empress Machine, we can go down to Polaroid Invincibility if we really, really wanted to. But at this point, I'd rather have the HP. I don't remember what was inside of this room either. I know it wasn't a reroll. It is possible that maybe we didn't even use it. We may not have had the keys at the time. Oh yeah, no wait, we did do it. Yeah, because it was a reroll in here. Get ourselves Yave. I am going to go into the vault because there's literally no reason not to. So hard to a diamonds, doesn't really matter. Yeah, we can double our money. We're going to get a full charge before the next floor anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. The only card that I would swap this for, the world card, would be for a Hierophant card at this point. There's a dang old mosquito. Hang on. Yeah, fucking bugs, dude. Can winter get here already? Well, I have mosquito guts on the back of my hand. Mosquito, you know, I hate mosquitoes. Mosquitoes serve absolutely no purpose in the world. I absolutely hate them. And don't get me, oh, they're food for birds and no. The mosquitoes are the worst of the worst. They've killed more people than anything in this world. But I'm actually more understanding of a mosquito that makes it into my house because obviously it's like, it's way easier for them to, right? These little earwigs that we find every now and then they're definitely more of an invader. I feel more offended by their presence than a mosquito. Mosquito I can handle. The earwigs are just annoying. Can't believe we didn't get hit by that. I was gonna say the back of my hand because mosquitoes, fruit flies can definitely see the front of your hand coming, but they never see the back of my hand anyway. I mean, I can put my hand very slowly right up to a fruit fly and it will never move. I heard it's something about bugs not being able to see a certain shade of white, and that's definitely possible because I don't go outside anymore. So that's certainly a possibility. Wouldn't surprise me, but all I know is that whenever I've like tried to go just full on like slap them right to death as hard as I can against a wall, they always move. They're always faster than I am for the most part. Sometimes I'll catch them out of midair and, you know, I express my displeasure with their presence in a healthy way. Healthy for me, not for them. They die. Super secret room. I'm not super secret sure where it is. Be here. I give up. You gotta be careful with BBF here. Thankfully, Vanishing Twin cannot spawn extra endgame bosses. I don't recall if we got a devil deal here or not. Oh, BBF, you're killing me. Really hoping that a Thane was going to come out there. There we go. No devil deal. We could go in the curse room, but I'm a little uneasy with how much HP we don't have, so gonna pass. Okay, so we're gonna skip the big room to the right. Then remember, there's the Mega Fatty room. Now, something I didn't know last week was that the secret room is actually adjacent to the curse room. And that's thanks to this play that we've got here with the world card blank card. So that's some new tech. So let's go. We know that the double Mega Fatty room is in this room here. Soul Heart in here. Golden chest. Imagine how horrible it would be if you could blow up BBF with your own bombs, or like if she blocked your bombs. I believe that there is I think it's a Mega Bony up there. I'm just gonna go into the Mega Fatty room. I'm just gonna sprint past him. Even on a much stronger run, I still don't like doing this room. Especially if we don't have to ever go back in there. I don't think the super secret room was up here. Was not. All right. BBF getting a little bit of extra damage in there. And hey, look at this. We can actually hit Isaac from the wall. Instead of having to get close with Eve's Mascara and that horrific shot speed. Hoping a Thane hooks us up a little bit, and it did, although we did take damage. Now I'm curious what's in the chest here, because I know that we ended up getting Book of Shadows at the tail end of that run, and that ultimately saved us. But if you recall, we also had an Emperor card, I believe, in that run. Close. Baby's only friend for the dunk. Nope. Sir, you have no HP. Thanks. All right, so race to the finish is on. It's a world card. We have a long, long way to go. Although we can skip a lot of it by going to the secret room, but we're going to have to fight for it. Lead pencil, that was the same. Hypercoagulation. Okay, all these were the same. Which is weird. Which means that chaos didn't affect some of the items that we had. Very strange how that ended up being the same. Now we're glad we have an orbital. All right, so that's a big time room skip here, but we don't have any freaking bombs. That's all right. We still get a good amount of skip here by knowing which way we don't need to go. My God. Wait, no, that's not my God. Ooh, what a deflection by Slip Rib. Holy Toledo. Looking for a less than 3 upgrade. Not get one. Only we had bombs, man. Partially attribute that to BBF following us. And also the fact that I don't know where that demon came from. Okay, we got Book of Shadows on. Ready. I was ready to go. I don't know why I came into this room. Gonna do this because double black gate is not nice game. And our movement speed's a little bit too high for my liking, but we get a bomb. Let's go back into the secret room here. I'm going to drop the left hand because I don't want it to be a red chest. And it's a greed fight. A greed fight. Oh, greed, you can just sit there. We get a bomb back. It's fine. We can use that for damage against Blue Baby. I don't remember. No, we didn't even see this floor here. Or this room. So, yeah, this is awful. Even without the Book of Shadows and this movement speed, this is still awful. Nice hit by BBF. All right. And then we're just going to full send it here against Blue Baby. So what is the final verdict? Well, let me finish this run and not die first, and then I'll give you my overall impression of the rest of this run. Because in reality, I mean, this run was not terrible at all. We had a lot of bad damage due to our movement speed, and BBF only hit us, I think, once or twice. So I'm not going to really factor that into the answer. But it wasn't it still was not a good run, but it certainly wasn't the worst run of all time, and certainly not the worst run of the year so far anyway. And it really does show you that Chaos has a very huge impact on a run. However, it's also very weird and curious that Chaos did not affect some of the drops. I'm pretty sure that we had Gimpy last week as well. I could be wrong about that, but let me know what were some of the consistencies and inconsistencies of this run. Post your opinions down below, and thank you all very much for the suggestion. Like I said, I'm looking at doing some YouTube member exclusive content here, just extra content. It's not going to be something that like a lot of people really want to see, and then I'm going to be like, hey, you got to give me $5 for it. It's just going to simply be extra stuff for the YouTube memberships here in the Mosh Pit. And thank you all for all the support. I really appreciate it. We'll be back to regular runs tomorrow. And then if you did enjoy this experiment, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you had any other different divergences on this run, if you played this seed for yourself. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Stefan Alexander and Mr. K. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.